Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Tolu, and on this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal living, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be sharing with you episode number 3 of my Instagram live series Tea Money Talks. So in episode number 3, I catch up with Natasha Orumbie, who's the founder and CEO of No Cakes Are Better. We're going to be talking about the real cost of being a mumpreneur. So she's really going to be giving us some insight into her journey so far. She's been in business for over 10 years and she's going to literally talk to us about her journey, what it's taken her to get to where she is today, and advice to us aspiring business owners, telling us basically what it really takes to be a mum boss. Like, it's not for the faint-hearted, it's not an easy road, it's not an easy journey, but it's a worthwhile journey. So with that being said guys, grab yourself a cup of tea, grab yourself some snacks and a pen and paper, because it's going to be a really good conversation and you're going to take lots away from this video. So with that being said guys, if you like this kind of content, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're yet to do so, please subscribe to my channel. Here's episode number 3 of Tea Money Talks with Natasha Orumbie from No Cakes Are Better. Okay, I'm going to kick off. Hey guys, hey everyone, welcome to episode number 3 of Tea Money Talks. I'm your host Tolu, aka Tea Money, and on this weekly series what we do is we talk about all the difficult conversations around money that we don't like to have. I'll be having it with you guys on a weekly basis. So hey Tasha, hey Upstar Sport, hey Cakes by Grace, hey Manny Ade, thank you all for joining. So as I was just saying, thank you all for joining. This is episode number 3 of Tea Money Talks. I'm your host, Tolu, aka Tea Money. And on this weekly live series, what we do is we talk about the taboo subject of money. So everything from personal finance, getting out of debt, savings, investing, how to be an entrepreneur, like literally no money topic is off limits. So for episode number 3, I really wanted to have a conversation all around what it takes and what it really means to be a mumpreneur. And when I was thinking about who would be a good person to have on as a guest, Natasha definitely came to mind. So Natasha Orumbie, she's the founder of No Cakes Are Better and also NCRB Academy. I've known Natasha for over 10 years, and watching her journey over the years as a wife, as a mother, as a businesswoman, as a friend, as a singer, like she's literally incredible. And I couldn't think of a better person to have this conversation with. I really wanted to get to know the real story behind Tasha's story, because with every success story, there's always a backstory. People see all the glitz and the glamour and they see the end product, but they don't realize the journey that's gone into it. So I really wanted to get Tasha on to share her journey with you guys. So that's enough of a pre-introduction. I'm going to bring Tasha onto the live now, and then we can get into the conversation. So Natasha, you're here. Let me add you. Hey guys, thank you all for joining. There we go. And Tasha should be joining. Hey Cassie, Capture. Hey Miss Goldtweet.
Hi.
Hey, I can see you. You can see me? I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much once again, Tasha, for agreeing to come on and join me on this live and have this conversation with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
People come to represent. I love it. No, I love it. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Like I said, I know you're a really busy woman, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. But just quickly, for those that don't know who you are, give them a brief introduction of who you are and what you're all about.
Okay, I'm Natasha Orumbie. I'm the CEO at No Cakes Are Better and the host of the NCRB Academy. I started my cake business to help I started my cake business initially to make cake, but I now help other bakers in business to change their business from a very expensive hobby into a profitable passion. So that's my main objective.
Yeah, brilliant. Sounds amazing. And it is amazing. Watching what you've been doing over the last year in particular has been fantastic. But we're going to get into all of that as the conversation goes along. But just to begin with, I just wanted to do a bit of an icebreaker with you. I do this at the start of every show. I have this little icebreaker game with all my guests. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and then all you have to do is say A or B, like pick which one you'll basically do, okay? You listening?
Yeah,
okay, so the first question, would you rather make £50,000 a year and everyone else around you is making £25,000 a year, Or would you rather make £100,000 a year and everyone else around you is making £200,000?
I think 50,000.
Why is that?
Do you know what? It's very much about. I don't think I could spend 100,000 a year, and when you have too much, you turn fool. My mum would say, "You turn fool." I don't think I would want like too much, and then also I didn't like the amount of having less than everybody. Let me just be honest. That's why you said if I have 100,000, everyone else got 200,000. I don't want to be less. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think I would pick number one as well. Just because it'll be relative, isn't it? So that £100,000 will be relative to everyone else, and then £200,000.
Exactly.
Nobody want to be broken than everybody else. So yeah, no, I'm with you. Thank you for joining, Dejales. I see you. Thanks for making it. Hi, Raquaid and Bill. Thanks for joining.
Oh, Bob Squad in the house as well.
Yay, thanks for joining, Cake Baker Squad. Okay, so the next question. Would you rather buy a pair of jeans that were 30% off or £30 off? So the discount, whether it was 30% off the pair of jeans or £30 off.
Do you know what? I'm not buying any jeans that cost more than £30 altogether. So it'll be 30%. I don't buy expensive clothes.
I'm with you on that. Listen.
Why would I be buying jeans that cost more than £30? For what reason?
Okay, cool. So you wouldn't buy the jeans, period. Cool, I'll take that as your answer. Would you rather be the worst player on the winning team or the best player on the losing team?
Do you know what? I want the team to. I want to win. So even if I'm the worst, which always happens, if you put me in sport, man, I'm always the one who can't run, who can't catch. But as long as the team wins, yeah, we can celebrate.
You just ride off the wave of the winning team.
Yeah.
I don't
Fine, you don't like to be the only one who couldn't catch the ball. As long as the whole team wins, then we can just and catch it. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't want to.
Nah, I heard that. Thanks for joining. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. Next one. Would you rather 2 weeks, all expenses paid, vacation to your dream destination? So let's say the Maldives. So 2 weeks, all expenses paid, first class, or £10,000 shopping spree at Harrods?
Do you know what? I haven't had a holiday in a long time, darling, and I don't like Harrods stuff. I don't think I will be buying anything in Harrods. So let me go to the holiday. Because that one, even though it is probably less in value, I can't really imagine myself knowing what to buy in Harrods to that amount. Like, I don't think I would.
Yeah, and I heard that. I wouldn't even feel right spending that much in one store. Like,
really? Like what?
No, I heard that. Okay, next one. The last one, actually. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? So that's not actually his or hers. It's what would you rather have?
If I could have a what?
Any superpower, what would it be?
Wow, that's a deep question. Superpower would be the ability to read minds.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would love to know what people are thinking. I used to spend half my time guessing what people are thinking. So if I could look and say, yeah, I know what you're thinking, that would be.
But sometimes ignorance is bliss, boy. Sometimes you don't want to know what they're thinking.
You know what? I just feel like I would, especially in business, because if I know what people's objections are, what their worries are, what their fears are, I can serve better. So I would like to know, because so many people put up a front and like, oh yes, I'm fine. I don't need any help. Thank you very much. I'm fine. But it's because they're scared. So if I could read minds and really know what they're really saying behind that, that would be a power that I would love, especially in business.
Nah, I heard that. It's a good one. Okay, cool. So that's the trivia, what's called icebreaker done. So we're going to get into the heart of why I've invited you on to this line. So we're going to be talking all about what it really costs and what it really takes to be a mompreneur. Actually, I was going to ask you, how do you do that thing there where you clip what the conversation's going to be on in the bottom of the... Oh,
okay. So you type it and then you press it and you can say, it will give you an option to pin comment.
Okay.
So type the title. And then once you've typed it, you just tap on it and it will give you the option to pin comment.
Okay.
Type it, post it.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Mumpreneur. Let's see if I can spell this right. It's just saying post, so I just post it,
and then once it's posted, you tap it and then click comment.
Okay. You can see I'm still new to this live game, boy. So tap the post. Oh, pin. There we go.
There you go.
Yay! So for anyone that's a late comer,
yeah, getting it now.
I'm getting there. So, okay, cool. Let's kick it off.
Yeah.
So, Natasha, just an introduction question as to why you started your business and why you started the whole entrepreneur journey in the first place. So what was your motive and why did you start?
Okay, so the first real motive was I was at home and I didn't want to go back to, I had a really bad first experience with my first daughter. I had to go back to work really soon after she was born. Long story, but I was like, I will never do that again. So I had my son in 2008, AJ, and I was like, I need to be at home. Like, I can't do what I did last time. So I was like, what can I do at home? So I did make a couple of cakes, just as not as a joke, but with no serious intention. And people were like, oh my gosh, so amazing. So I was like, okay, if people will like it and buy it, then let me do that. So I did it as a way of making a business that I could do from my house that I thought would, you know, be enough money to keep me going as an income.
Yes. Okay, cool. So it was born out of a need, basically. You're like, no, I need to be at home with my kids, so I need the extra income. And obviously maternity. So you were on maternity leave or you quit your job completely after you had the kids?
So what happened was I had AJ in 2008 May.
Yeah.
But then obviously you go back after, I think it was 9 months I went back after, and then you have to work for a term to pay off.
To qualify,
so yeah, once I'd done that and I was like, now I'm going to be at home. So April 2009, that's when I started it.
That's when you started the cake business. Okay, cool. And so then give us a bit of a rundown of your business journey so far. So obviously NCRB has been running for 10 years. Congratulations to making it that far, because a lot of businesses fell within the first 3 years. So the fact that you're even still running after 10 years is absolutely amazing. But yeah, just share a bit of your journey so far, because obviously it's taken a lot for you to get to where you are today.
Yeah, okay. So the journey was, it's when I say it now, I'm glad that I can say it and look at it as a learning experience that I've actually created a new phase of business. But for the first 10 years of my business, I made cakes and I initially started doing them for free so that people would know what I could do and would prepare to pay for it. But then when I did start charging, I wasn't charging very much, even though ironically people were complaining about how expensive my cakes were. And I was just like, really? Like, listen, do you know how long this cake takes me? So like I was charging what I thought was really expensive, what everybody was moaning, like £85 for a novelty cake. And everyone was like, oh my God, £85 for a cake? Are you okay? Like literally, I would get people side-eyeing me like for the price of the cake. But I was charging more than a lot of people, so I can get why people were doing it. But even then, and I didn't know until later, I wasn't actually making a profit. So I charged like that, and you know, I got business regularly. I had loads of business, and eventually I did go back to work and was doing it on the side. And it was such it really takes a lot of energy. I don't know how many of you watch my videos, the time lapses that I show on No Cakes Are Better, but there's a lot of work that goes into those cakes, and it snapshots into 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, but that can sometimes span like 6 hours, 7 hours, depending, because it's novelty. The quicker ones, you know, 4 hours, still a lot of time. It's technical time. So I realized for what I was doing, I didn't feel like I was getting remuneration that was like worth it, and I was getting frustrated. And to be honest, it was never at the point I would say, yes, I'm earning enough money now that I can leave my job. Like if I ever looked at, I think the biggest income I had, then I had an accountant that was doing my accounts for me, And the biggest income that I ever had in 1 year was like 23,000 or something from cake. From my other business, we turned over 230,000 1 year. Can you get any louder, Mister, with your hello? Can you hear it?
Mum life, yeah, mum life.
Anyway, so sorry. So basically, that was a little tiny bit of money for a year, and that wasn't including expenses. That was turnover. And then I had somebody that was helping me at that point. I paid 11,000 for her part-time work. You guys are laughing. He was low, wasn't it? He didn't even know. He's got headphones in, so he didn't even notice. But anyway, so basically, I took home profit after paying her, not even taking the expenses. 23 take away 11, like about 8,000 after my expenses.
After that,
8,000 for a year, like really? Who works for that?
Not even minimum wage.
Like, we're done. I'm done with this. Like, this is rubbish. You'll never be able to make enough money off cake. And I was about to quit. So 2019, I was about to quit. I hadn't started selling stuff, but I was about to quit, and I went to Rosemary Design School. She had asked me to come to drop off the cake, and thank God I went, because I should have been at home looking after her kids, but Adonia was at home, so I was like, can you just look after them for 1 minute so I just can go, because Kubi Springer was going to be there. And when I met Kubi Springer, she asked me some questions that seriously got me realizing, actually, you failed in business because you weren't even doing it properly. You haven't got a clue what business is. Like, she asked me questions, and I was like, shit. She's like, what are your numbers? I said, numbers? I don't understand. I can't count. What is numbers?
What do you mean?
I was so embarrassed. Like, she's like, you mean you're running a business and you don't know your numbers? Like, are you for real? Like, and she's so cold, like, she just cuts to the chase. And when I realized that I actually hadn't been running a business, it gave me, I thought, actually, if you weren't doing it properly, that's probably why you weren't making any money. You try it properly, and you actually start to learn what business should be. You do what a real entrepreneur should do. And she also taught me to be the face of my brand, which I hadn't done for a long time. And basically, that was the start of me rebuilding the journey. I don't know how much you want me to go, because I spent a long time on that part.
Yeah, no, you have. So then, in terms of how you, so obviously you said that you was running a business but not making any money all that time, or it was, you wasn't. So what was it? What did you do? Like, what was it that you actually did to make the transformation, to take it from, I know you said you wasn't making much money, to in the last year you were able to treble your income. So it was like, yeah. How did you get from there to where you are today?
Okay, so the first thing was I started evaluating my pricing. My pricing was stupid. Like, it wasn't calculated based on expenses. I didn't even think about expenses. I just decided a price that I thought people would pay. So, like, okay, I can't charge more than £25 for a 6-inch cake. So the 6-inch cake is like, this is a little part. Like, a 6-inch cake is about the diameter of that. And you can see it's small. Who's going to pay more than X for a 6-inch cake? So I would price based on what it looked like, not how long it took me. So I tripled my pricing, basically. So a 6-inch cake now is actually quadrupled. It's £100 starting for a 4-inch cake, actually. So my 6-inch cake, so my 6-inch cake starts at £125. So I massively changed my pricing. That was the first thing. And then I actually started knowing my numbers. What are your expenses, Tasha? Where are you making a profit? So I actually started looking at that. And then in addition to that, I started building passive income streams, which is the ultimate thing is the Baker Squad. But I wasn't doing the Baker Squad first. Initially, I was just going to teach cake courses, cake decorating classes, which is why I started doing the videos initially. But God had another plan. And now I have the Baker Squad and I'm teaching business. So yeah, that was the journey.
That's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. What you've been able to do and how you've been able to turn it all around in the space of a year is very inspirational. So then in terms of how it impacts, because obviously it takes a lot to do what you do. And I see the work that you put in day in, day out. Like, your consistency with your posting, number one, on Instagram is second to none. Like, Tasha literally posts at least 4 or 5 times a day, and I mean every single day, consistently. Like every single time I come on Instagram, I can guarantee I'm going to see at least a post or two from Natasha. Like literally consistency. And not only that, you've been managing to do that while being a wife, while being a mother too, while being in Relentless Love in a gospel band. Like you wear so many hats and you do it so well. So how are you able to do it all? Like people like me, we want to know, because I'm struggling. So I'm like, no, I need to learn from you. So please let me take some notes.
This is, people might say it's a cop out. I'm going to give you the real nitty gritty, but the bottom line is grace of God, 100%. Like this is not, it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. I'm not even going to say, yeah, so easy. I just wake up like this. Like seriously, no.
You make it look like that.
I wake up looking like a mess. This is hard work. It's hard. And literally, I have to have military precision. So I know that I'm a teacher by trade, and you know that I'm a teacher by trade, rather. So I'm used to working by timetables. I work by, like, my lesson plan. We plan lessons by minutes. Like I will spend 2 minutes doing this. I'll spend 1 minute doing this. I'll spend 3 minutes. I plan, like, my husband hates it because when we go in anywhere, I will look at the map and see how long it's going to take me to get there, and then I will leave when I need to leave. Like, why am I leaving early for? I've got things to do. Like, I don't waste minutes. Like, everything has a time, everything has a slot, and I will use the time. Whereas my husband would like to go somewhere and get there 2 hours early and just languish. No. For me, I want to use every second. If I'm going to arrive somewhere, it's got to be utilized, and that's how I get it done.
So it's precision planning. So then, okay, I've got a couple. Was that?
Precision planning.
So then talk us through like a typical day for Natasha, like from the moment you get up. I know you're part of 5 a.m. crew, so you get up at 5, isn't it? So from 5 till, is it 11 that you shut down, or 10?
10:30 is when I need to start going to bed so that I can be in bed sleeping by 11, because apparently 11 to 2 a.m. is when you get your best sleep. That's when your body really repairs itself, so it has to be by 11 the latest. But I'm trying to go to bed a bit earlier because I've noticed I'm still a bit tired, so I'm going to go earlier now.
Okay, cool. So they took us through your day. Yeah, typical day for Natasha, like, yeah. So you get
right now I am doing this. This is very new that I started in the last 27 days, but I get up at 5 a.m. and I tidy up my house. And the reason why I do that is because there's no other time. When the day starts, I do not have time. So the house I used to have a cleaner. Corona came, I can't have a cleaner. So everything just gets dirty, dusty, messy, put away things. So even though the plates are washed, the house is messy. So the hour in the morning, 5 to 6 a.m., get up, put away things, put everything back, just spend 10 minutes in each room and just do a little, I call it a sweep. Put things back, just make it so everybody wakes up in the morning, they come down, the house is not chaka shakarak like that. Then 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. I do like a devotional, pray, and then kind of my own private devotional. Then 6:30 to 7 is when I do exercise now. Yeah.
What exercise are you currently doing?
Different ones. So I'm part of this group called At Power Fitness, and you can literally do anything you want. You can ride a bike, people are rowing, people are doing dancing, people are doing yoga, everyone's doing something else on the Zoom call, and there's this woman that is kind of like, come on everybody, come and get your Tuesday, just like I love it. And you have to bring a banana and write something on it, so that's what I do in the mornings. But if she's not there, because she's only doing it on a certain day at that time, I just go on YouTube and look up, there's this, I'll send, anything. And then after that, I now do, this is at the moment, this is till half term, I'm doing a prayer group with some ladies. So from 7 o'clock to when I start my school at 7:45, I'm in the car praying with these ladies. 7:45, the older kids jump in the car, I do their school run and drive them to school, drive back, get my youngest child.
Kids love Natasha, like, I'm tired already and you haven't even got to 9 a.m. Like,
do the younger child and take him to school. Then I come back in, quickly have to shower, get dressed because the meetings are started. So come in straight, do all the meetings, And today, for example, I was in meetings back to back. Like the first meeting started at 9:30, and I literally didn't get off until 12:45. I said, I have to go, like, because I've got another meeting starting. I need to go. So I literally had to quick jump off, have my lunch, carry on the second meeting, and then leave that meeting straight, go and pick up the younger child. Straight from picking up the young child, go and pick up the older children, come back from picking up the older children, cook the dinner, because I knew that I was going to be on 3 hours back-to-back live. So I had to cook the dinner before I got on live at 6 in Facebook, did live at 6 on Facebook, now live at 7 here, and then I'm going to do Ask Tasha at 8 p.m. And then I'm going to start going to my
Wow. Wow, guys, can you see? Like, it's not a joke. It has to be a military operation, and it's just so much work that goes into it. And I think this is what sometimes we don't realize. You know, we say we want to be mum bosses, or we just want to be boss women or boss men, and it's like you want the rewards, but you might not necessarily want to do the work that it takes to get there. And you've got to think, this day that you just told us about is just today. This is one day. You can't do it one day and think you're going to be successful. You need to do this every single day. And it's like, it's a lot.
In between that, I've got to fit in doing the post, doing the engagement. All of that still has to be fit in to, so.
It's insane, but it's a lot of work. But I guess that's why not so many people are successful, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
Like, people can't keep doing it. Like, they'll do it for a little bit, and then after that, it's just like, I'm tired now, I'll finish. But you can't finish every day.
That's it. And I think that's the struggle that a lot of us have, because that's definitely been my biggest struggle throughout my whole trying to be a businesswoman journey. It's like, it's the consistency, it's the showing up every single day for a consistent period. So it's like, I can be running, doing well for like a couple of months, then I'm tired, I need to like take another 3 months off. But it's like, you can't do that. You need to literally keep showing up, keep being consistent.
It's not, but because I'm doing something I love, it doesn't feel like work. I love it, so I'm enjoying it.
No, I could tell you're enjoying it. Gosh, if you guys haven't been on any of Tasha's lives, you need to go on there just for motivation, inspiration, and business tips. Like, absolutely amazing. Every time I go on one of her lives, the energy, exactly. Look, I can see the Baker's Squad all testifying. Yeah, Tasha, absolutely amazing.
Baker's Squad.
So the Nick Touch says that's me. Yeah, exactly. So. It's hard. It is hard. It's not easy, and that's why I really wanted you to get on here to really share about the cost of being a mompreneur, because it's like, it's not all you just see on Instagram. You know, you see people's bios and you thought, oh, I'm a CEO and I'm a boss, and you know, people just think, oh yeah, this person's made it. It's like, no, it's a lot. It takes a lot to actually make it. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of work, a lot of time. And it's like, looking at your journey, for example, it's so funny, because I think it was Denzel Washington that said that it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And it's like, and that's what it reminds me of, because it's like, people see you now and you're doing amazingly well, but it's like, you haven't seen the 10 years that it's taken to get to where you are today. So
seriously, yes. And I thank God for those 10 years, because if I hadn't experienced it, it actually wouldn't have. I now have something to teach because of the messes I made 10 years ago. So thank God.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's true. All the experiences, good and bad, isn't it? It's all part of the journey. It's definitely a teacher. Creative, Laura said, real hard work. Yeah, exactly. It's proper hard work. No, all your cake ladies are agreeing with you. No, it must be a lot of work. Especially for creatives that do what you guys do. So I know the actual, it's a lot of work. Because obviously I do events as well, so I can empathize with you guys and know how much work it takes to just to do one cake, to do one event, and then you have people seeing your event, seeing your price, and they're like, it's just cake. Why are you charging £100 for cake? If you did that easy, go to Tesco and buy the £10 cake. It's fine.
Stand there, please. Stand there.
But they just see that.
The day like that, I have to do a cake. I then have to fit that in as well, and to still go to bed on time. So I have to really like prioritize what I'm doing, because
manage your time.
4 days I have to do that day and then still find time to make a cake. So,
within all of that, wow. Yeah, can we get some more love hearts, please? Because Tasha, you're killing it. You're doing really amazing things. So another question, obviously my channel was all about personal finance and stuff, so I had to throw a money question in there somewhere. So I wanted to ask you, what's your relationship been like with money throughout the journey? So obviously you touched on the fact that your biggest year was like 23k, and a lot of it was labor costs, etc. So how have you been able to manage financially during the journey, and what's any big financial mistakes you made along the journey that you want to share, or anything like that would be good to know?
My biggest financial mistake was not looking at my money. I didn't want to look at it because I found money hard. I had a really negative like when I see you looking at counting the budget, like I'm looking budget, like I want to count, I just want to spend, like I don't. So I've never had a healthy relationship with money where I look at my figures, where I see what I'm spending, and just in life in general, not even in business. Like it's, I don't want to, like, as long as there's money to buy when I need to go to the shop, and that's all. I'm okay. I don't care. Like if it runs out, okay, it ran out. But not that I was trying to protect. So I had a really irresponsible attitude to money, irresponsible relationship with money, very unhealthy, negative. I spoke a lot of things over my mind, and we've just been talking about this actually, money mindset. I'm now trying, because subconsciously I've had that bad relationship with money, so I've told myself a lot of subconscious madness, like about money. Like, I can't do money. Money's horrible. Money's hard. I can never have enough. So I've spoken that, and because of that, it subconsciously comes through my behaviors, and I won't attract the business that I want to attract because I'm speaking madness over, like, the Bible says if you speak a thing, it will be established. That's what I spoke it. I spoke no money into my business. I spoke it over my business because I was like, I can't do it. Nobody buys from me. They always want this. Like, I kept speaking it over. Speak of that, no money in your business. Nonsense, girl. So now I'm changing that, and it's all positive affirmations about money. Yes, we did it yesterday. I'm a money maker. I make money. I attract money. God blesses me with money, and I'm going to use that money to be a blessing to the kids. Like, I put that over my business, and it's now changing my relationship with money. I've literally just bought a download what I've got from I Am Somali Brands. She's a Christian. She just creates these like maker downloads audio to just reprogram your subconscious to say, actually stop telling yourself that madness. Tell yourself this truth. Tell yourself this truth, and then you can actually recorrect mad mindsets, madness that I was saying. So that's my relationship now with money.
It's so funny that you say that, because literally last week, episode 2, that's exactly what we were talking about, money scripts. So I had Black Girl Finance on, and she was talking all about money scripts and the things that we subconsciously and unconsciously have always said to ourselves about money. Yeah. And it's no wonder that a lot of us have had such bad experiences with money, or such bad relationship with money, or found money so hard to come by over the years. It's because we've always said money's hard to come by, and we've always
we told ourselves it.
Was that?
We've told ourselves those stories.
And exactly. So because of that, that's why obviously it's no wonder that we've not had all the money that we wanted.
Exactly. Always, like, I literally I could get so much money, and then I could never see it. Now I can look, like, I can't believe when I get to the back, it's like, there's money in it. Like, actually, there's money in my bank. Oh my God. And I didn't have to spend my own money I need something for my business. I go to my business account and get out the money, and there's money still left when I go. Like before, like, there was no such thing. I was constantly spending my own money because I just couldn't do it because there was no money in my bank. If I needed to pay for my order, I had to always dip into my
use your money. Yeah.
Every time.
No, that's amazing. Because like you said, obviously your experience has led you to where you are now. So because you've been through so much, you've learned so much. Now you can, especially with Baker's Squad, you can help other women on their journey so that they
literally, I tell them everything, and I'm so, like, I don't even hide, like, I'm so raw. I tell them everything. I don't have any shame because literally I want them to learn from my mistakes. I'm telling them everything, and they're like, Tasha, you're so real. I'm like, yes, I want you to know. I want you to know exactly what happened, because it's so important that you learn it and not make the same mistakes unnecessarily.
Yeah, I think that's so important. It's so true. And not only learn it, but like what you're doing, which is amazing, is going back and then helping other people and sharing it with other people. Because you could easily just think, oh, you know, I've learned all of this stuff. Let me go on my business. Now I know what to do to boss it. Let me just go and make NTRB like international and, you know, just make money that way. But it's like the fact that you're going back and now giving back, I think that's probably a big reason why your other business is so successful too, because it's like the more you give, the more you're going to receive, isn't it?
When you sow, like, this is the one thing that I realized. The Bible says, give and it will come back to you, good measure, pressed down, shake. Honestly, I'm living out that principle. I thought that, you know, I didn't think it would be as successful as this. I was not intending it to. I didn't want it to not be successful, but I didn't realize how successful it would be. I was like, whoa, like, there are people that actually want this and they're paying for it and they're doing this. Like, wow. But literally,
but it's funny you say that, because I remember about this time last year when we was talking about this, you were speaking all of this stuff into existence before it happened. I remember it. I was like, what? Like, even when you were saying your goals, I was just like, okay, Tasha, like, I was like, yeah, like I was hoping for you. I was hopeful for you, but obviously at the time, this is like, it was like, crazy the things you were saying, yeah. But what's for and look, at what your mindset change has done. And
honestly, mindset, the shift was, I believe this is going to happen. And because I believed it, I started walking in it. Like, I'm walking like, this is going to happen. I believe it. I'm 100% committed to the cause. No deviation. And that's why I'm not double-minded. Because if you're double-minded, you stay in all your ways. Nothing works. You can't be like, oh, I hope I get it. Like, I'm really like, I think I'm going to get to 1,000 followers. No, I am going to get to 1,000 followers. I'm going to boss it. I'm going to make money. I'm going to do it. And you believe it and you walk in it. And that's when it happens. Mindset.
No, it's absolutely amazing. And I can definitely justify to everything you're saying, because I've witnessed this journey over the last year. And it's so encouraging and inspiring to me. Even me starting this whole T Money Talks, I have you're a big part to play in it. And I have to thank you for that, literally. So I'm like, you know what? Seeing you step out and just do your thing, I'm like, yeah, Tasha's doing it. I can do it too. Like, you
are going to make money, Tolly. You're going to be on TV. You're going to be international, because what you do is so good. Like, you don't know how good you are yet, but you're actually going to be worldwide. I can't wait. You're literally just waiting to birth. You're just,
I wasn't saying that for you to say all these nice things, but thank you.
Seriously, you are. Like, I'm watching you. I'm so proud. I'm like, wow. Literally.
No, literally. It's so funny. And my first live that I did a few months back actually was off the back of what you were saying to me, because you was just believing in me before I was even believing in myself. You were like, no, Tolly, I can see it. And I remember on that live that I did, I was saying that it's all good someone seeing it for you, but you need to see it for yourself. And that for me was the missing piece of the puzzle, because it's like, okay, everyone else is seeing that you're doing good and they're all saying, oh, you're doing well, Tolly, it's fantastic, but it's like, okay, Tolly, you need to actually believe in what you're doing. You need to step out.
Yeah, 100%.
And don't be apologetic about what you're doing. And I think for me,
exactly,
imposter syndrome, and you know, that always feeling like, you know, who am I to think I can do this, and who am I to say this, and I'm not qualified for this. But it has to get to the point where you're like, no, do you know what? I can do this too. Like, I can do whatever.
You're more than qualified. You've lived it. You're doing it. You've got so much to tell people, so much to share. Like, you are qualified. So just do it. Walk it.
No, 100%. So yeah, thank you, Tash. Thank you. And thanks for the love hearts, guys, and all the engagement. Your baker spot is so lovely. Hey guys.
I know, my baker squad. Thank you so much.
I want to be baker squad too.
Join. We have plenty of non-bakers.
What's that?
We have plenty of non-bakers. We have dancers. We have events. Everybody.
Yeah, got you guys then. Okay, so let me just see. I've got. Oh, okay. So another question. Advice that you could give to aspiring business owners, so you don't even have to be mompreneurs, but entrepreneurs in general, anyone that wants to be a boss at business, or somebody. Okay, let me ask it in parts actually, because the question is going to be really long. But an aspiring business owner, somebody that started a business or halfway in their journey, or what advice would you give to an aspiring business owner? Let's start there.
Okay, advice to aspiring business owner is to know why you're going into business, because if you're going into business just to make money and you don't really have a passion to serve or to really help, and it's all about money for you, just please go and find a 9-to-5 job, because I'm telling you, just stop where you are, back up, rewind, and just go somewhere.
Oh,
Because
stop it.
you're not going to last 2 seconds, because the money only comes later on in the day. And even if it comes first, it's not consistent until you do blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm not saying it has to be hard, but it is, like, you see my day. Like, I love it, but it's a day and a half. Like, and
a
you
week.
have to do those days even when you don't feel like it. Even when you have had a bad day, if you got period pain, you got a headache, your children are giving you like, anything's happening, you still have to find the energy to do it. I have not missed a day. I do not post. I post every day. I engage every day. I get followers this is consistency. And if you are not doing it for passion and you're doing it for money only, that money doesn't come easy. So you'll fall off before
you'll quit before you reach the goal. Yeah.
And you've wasted so much energy. You'll be so fed up and frustrated. So don't do it for money. Do it for passion, and do it to serve. And that's when you'll see the best results.
Cool. So then, developing that question. So we've addressed people that want to get into business and want to do it. So okay, what about those that are already in their business? So they're maybe a few years in, and it's like it's not going the way they had envisioned it going, and they're not, making the money that they want to make. What advice would you give to anyone that's on that journey and the business isn't going well at the moment? What advice could you give to them?
Get help. That's what turned it around for me. I was thinking, what can anybody teach me about it? I've been doing it for 10 years. How can I need to learn anything? I know I can find YouTube. And I was so cheapskate, like, I will learn what I need to learn for free. I'm not going to pay you anything. And my turnaround, I have to say categorically, my turnaround came when I started investing financially in learning what I didn't know that I didn't know, basically. Because when I started, I only took up a strategy call with Raymonda, who's my mentor now. I took up a strategy call with her. Cost me $200 for 30 minutes. And when I tell you I had to close my eyes, I had to close my eyes. I was so like, I can't believe I'm going to press send on that money. I didn't want to spend it. But literally that conversation, that 30-minute pivotal conversation, changed everything. I literally suddenly understood, wow, this is where I need to go. This is how I can monetize this. This is how I can do. Learn from people who have done it, been there, invested. Invest in yourself. If you want to make it work, if what you're doing is not working, change it. The definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results. I was doing the same thing, earning no money. I started investing in my business. I've invested thousands since then, but that is why I'm growing, because I'm learning all the time. I've just paid for another course just now, continually learning, because I've got to feed the baker squad. What are they going to eat if I don't learn more stuff?
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's fantastic advice. I hope you guys are taking notes, because that was amazing. Have you guys got any questions before I continue with my questions? I haven't actually been keeping up with all the comments. I'm so sorry, guys.
How do you avoid burnout? And that was the only question I think I saw.
Okay.
How you avoid burnout? I just talked about this in just the last live that I did with my baker squad. Self-care, which I wasn't doing for a long time. I ate junk, sweets all the time. Like, my drawer used to be filled with sweets. Like, on the bakers, I would come on lives and I've got blue tongue because I've just been eating sweets. Like, I ate junk. And because I was busy, I excused it. I was like, I'm too busy to eat properly. Nonsense. Like, literally, one of the massive things that God has really convicted me about it for a while now: do your exercise, eat properly, go to bed. Like, seriously, it was something that I just thought you had to do to be a successful business woman. Like, when you got kids and you got job, of course you're just gonna have to just wing it, innit? Like, just do what you can, just eat on the go. Like, that's the worst thing you can do for your business, because you don't have anything to give, because you're not filled and replenished yourself. Until you're healthy and you're replenished, you are gonna struggle to give properly. So it's the best thing that I ever done, starting to go to bed by 11 the latest, eating every day well, buying like fruit and veg, eating properly. Like, I have on this whole last few days, and I'm doing this like it's not a Daniel fast, but it's like not eating meat. I'm just eating really clean, like for 50 days. And honestly, I've not felt my skin is better. I feel fresher. Like I just feel better. Like I'm even thinking I'm gonna just carry on, because why would I go back to the poison? Clearly, it wasn't good for me. So stay waking up at 5 a.m. and just do what I'm doing in it, because it works.
No, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic advice. If you guys have any more questions, then drop them in the questions box now, because I only have a couple more for Natasha, and if you guys don't have any, we'll draw it to a close after that. Okay, so in terms of, so this is just a question about, just again, because obviously we want to talk about the real cost of being a mompreneur, isn't it? So we've talked about, your schedule, how the time you wake up and the time you go to bed, etc. So just so people can see what it can be like, just give us an example of a bad day and a good day for being a mompreneur.
A bad day is basically where you don't start, and this might sound cliche, but the days when I don't get up and pray, and I just start in a bad mood. Like everybody gets on my nerves. Like everybody's just, can you just help me with this? Can you just help me with that? Like, no, I don't even get. Yeah. I'm just not involved in that. Like I stay in the car. I'm not even involved. Like,
love it.
Go in the car. They join me in the car
when they're ready.
Literally, I'm not involved. I start my day, focus, pray, get my head ready for the day. And a bad day is when I just haven't got time. When you don't get up on time, you already behind, like you're already on the back foot. When you start your day, you've exercised, you've eaten, you're ready. Yes. Like you just, and then when you eat madness, then you feel bad. It's like there's all kinds of things that just come into just to make your day just feel rubbish. And when I've also allowed other people's junk to mess with my head. So a bad day is when I've gone to work and I've had all of these meetings and people have got their little issues and their isms and schisms, and then I suck it in because I haven't started off in a good place. When you start off in a good place, you can see people's behavior. You just discern it. You're like I'm not even rising to that. Like you can stay there with your package. I don't want to take all your luggage or keep your luggage in your corner. Like literally, but that only can happen if you start your day with your mind covered, like put on the armor, but like cover my heads, like shields, like you're not penetrating this, or you're not. Yes. I won't allow it. Seriously. That's when my bad days are. Bad days are when I don't start like that. Everything just goes out of order. I'm rushing. Like, I'm not concentrating. Like everything's just all. But the time taken to start like that, it's the best thing I ever did. Best thing.
And one more question for me. I saw someone else had a question. In fact, let me ask their question in case you run out of time before I ask my last one. So someone asked, Miss Florence asked, could you speak more about the courses you took?
Right, okay. So it wasn't a course. I joined the Women in Business Club. So ACT Women in Business Club is like a women's network that I joined. And she had loads of different like lessons, little modules on her website. So I can't remember what they were now. I was just working my way through them, and to be honest, she gave out a lot of knowledge just like I do. I follow her model, so every Thursday I give out free knowledge on a live IG live, and she did that, and I learned a lot of what I learned from her IG lives actually. And then I joined her membership because I found that she's going to give more, and I was like, yeah, I want it. And then I did a strategy call with her, and then it all changed. So it wasn't specific courses. The one that I've just taken out, Accelerator, I can't remember what it's called now, something Accelerator. And basically, they're really expensive courses. I'm not even going to frighten you and tell you how much I've just paid for this course. But listen, I know why I'm taking it, and I know what it's going to do. So we've created things. If you are in business and you want courses, that's what the Baker Squad has now. So the Baker Squad has created that. It's $1 at the moment to join for a month trial, 30-day trial that ends. The offer ends in September, but your 30-day starts from when you join. So if you're looking for courses, come and check out the Baker Squad. There's loads of content, and it's all in my very lively fashion.
Yeah, You're definitely be in good hands joining the Baker squad for sure. Okay, and the last question that I had, because I don't think anyone else has put any questions in the comments. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments section. But in terms of balance, so how are you able to balance it all? Because obviously, like I mentioned earlier on in life, you have so many hats that you wear, from mum, wife, businesswoman, in the praise and worship band. Like, you have so many hats working as well. How do you do it all? Like, how do you balance it and make time for everything?
Do you know what? Like I said, it is about it's about planning, but also deciding what you're going to prioritize. Like, I never used to think I had time to exercise. Like, I didn't think I had time to do that. I didn't think I had time to sit and listen to things that were going to edify me. Like, I haven't got time for that. I'm busy. So you have to make a decision about what you're going to give your time to find the balance. Because if you don't decide, your life will decide it for you. Like, the tail will wag the dog. If you don't decide it, you need to make that decision and say, actually, I am going to prioritize this. I am going to have time for this. I am going to do this because it's a priority for me. If you don't do that, that's the only way I've found balance, is by making a decision, and then prioritizing what I need to prioritize. And as I said, now I'm prioritizing self-care. That is really helping me to find a balance as well.
Amazing. And just on a positive note, before we wrap up, what's been your biggest achievement in business so far today, would you say?
I think my biggest achievement, if you'd asked me before this year, I would have said growing from 400 followers to 7,000 followers in 9 months. I would have been like, yes, that's my biggest achievement. But that's followers. It's a metric. It's a vanity metric. Followers don't mean anything if you're not making money. At the point when all my followers were growing, I was not making the money that you should think would automatically come with followers. So I think my biggest achievement is understanding how to make my business profitable through helping other people. Because to me, just having a business that is profitable is great, but having a business that is profitable and helping other people to have, like, to me, I'm just like, wow. Like, when I hear the testimonies of Baker Squad, people that, like, one of them made 24K in like few months, one of them 12 weddings after not having any weddings all together. Keisha just got her biggest deal. Like, when I see their accomplishments, I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm so happy to be even a part of that, like just a little bit. It's so good. So it's not having masses of followers, it's actually doing something that is helping people achieve their goals. Love it. Just love that.
Oh, one more question just popped through from Samira. What did she say? Do you ever feel like you're struggling with other areas, like being a wife, mum, or get mum guilt when you make your business a priority? That's a good question.
Getting mum. Do you know what? I used to, before I started doing, I would say even in the past month, that has been what has changed. Like, prioritizing my home. Like, remember I just told you that tidying up was not a priority. Like, I'm busy. I'm doing a business. Like, you know. But no, actually, my home that's a ministry. Like, my home is a priority. My husband is a priority. Like, I wasn't automatically doing it before, but now I'm realigning my priorities, and it doesn't feel now that it's out of balance. It feels like it's more even. I'm still working at it, because I think that you've never made it. Like, there's always going to be more stuff. Like, you can always be better. I need to get my husband off the computer, like, so that we can do dating. Because now we're working at home. Do you know we work more hard? Like, we're always working. So that's the only thing that I think actually we need to actually find a set night where we do 2 hours, no computer, no phone, no business, and just keep that. But apart from that, the balance is getting there now that I'm prioritizing those other things.
Absolutely amazing. Oh, you've been amazing, Tasha. I'm not going to ask you any more questions. I want us to actually round up without rushing off the live. So thanks again for coming on this live and sharing your story and inspiring all the guys on here. Like, I'm sure you guys have taken so much from Natasha's story. I know I have anyway. What did you say?
I said thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Not at all. Thank you so much. It's been amazing. Yeah, exactly. Balance is everything, and that's what it is. All we can do as mums and wives and everything else is work on trying to find a balance. So yeah, we're all work in progresses, but you're doing amazing, Natasha. Like, inspiring so many of us. Me, for example, and definitely so many others are inspired by all the work you're doing. But just quickly, let the guys know, if they don't know you, how they can find you, how they can connect with you, and services that you have to offer them.
Okay, if you want to follow me, I am on No Cakes Are Better, which you can see in the top left, and I'm also on @ncrb.academy, which is where I give all my business tips. I also have a Baker Squad, which I've been talking about. You've been seeing there's lots of Baker Squad members here. You can join that. It's a membership. At the most, once you finish your $1 trial, which is available now, the $1 trial will go up to $24.99 a month, which is about £20 a month, to get all the knowledge that we are giving. There's 5 hours of new knowledge every single month. So that's a place where you can get more access. And we also have a live event coming up in December. We have Kubi Springer. And you can get access to those tickets. They are running out, so the in-person tickets are running out, but there are also virtual tickets. And don't worry about Corona. The event will be virtual if we have to, but buy your tickets. You will get goodie bags in person if you buy the physical tickets. So that's it. So that's me.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for joining the live. Thank you for your participation, for showing all the love hearts and everything like that. I know we spoke about in this live conversation, we're talking all about mindset and things like that, and how important it is in terms of having the right mindset when it comes to money and your finances, because that was a turning point for you, was when you changed your mind about how you view money in relationship with money, and the fact that you are more than able to gain wealth. Like, God's given us the ability to gain wealth at the end of the day. So these are the kind of scriptures that we should be speaking over our life and believing and walking in. So with that being said, I created a money mindsets printable. So it's like daily affirmations that you guys can download from the link in my bio. I'll actually paste it here, so you look. I don't know if it will work if it's clickable, but I'll literally share it here. Download it. You can literally click on that link and then download the money affirmation, so that you can just keep telling yourself daily that I am a money magnet, I can make money, my business will be successful. Like, all these things, we should be speaking positive words over our lives so that we can actually build successful businesses and actually be successful in life. Because why not? At the end of the day, we're all created to win, so let's all win.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's literally it for this live. Thank you guys for joining. So next week, I'm going to be joined by the Money Fox. So she's going to be joining me next week at 8 p.m. That's the regular time. At 8 p.m. we'll be talking all about her debt-free journey. So it's going to be a really, really good live. If you don't know about the Money Fox, check her out. She's absolutely amazing. But we're going to be chatting next week. But thanks again, Natasha, for being on this live. I really enjoyed our conversation. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Bye. Bye.